Hello. Good evening, guys. Happy Friday. I couldn't be happier with today. Because it's Friday, A, and B, or 2, it was garage sale day in Mukilteo. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's the official start of garage sale season, of course. And I scored today. I wasn't even planning to go today. Technically, the garage sale is tomorrow. But we're supposed to get heavy rains tomorrow, and so I think a lot of people were out putting their stuff out. And I have a very good friend who loves me a lot and tipped me off to 2 great garage sales, and then another friend who, hi Mandy, see your piece? Anyway, I had a good friend who tipped me off to some really great garage sales today, and actually in your neck of the woods, Mandy, just off of I'm sure you know the house, off of Goat Loop Road, and I almost didn't go to that one because I was tired and wanting a nap, but I was driving by and my car just went and I spent over an hour there, and oh my gosh, I can't even, I don't know. I might go back. He's, I don't know, a hoarder or a collector or both, but he's got tons of stuff, and so yeah, had a really great time today. So it's been a good day, and now I get to paint, which makes it even better. So so this is a piece, Mandy, this is your piece, that I am working on lovingly right now, and I'm just gonna, I want to bring, because of these flat surfaces here are so beautiful, and they're so big, I wanted to just do a technique that's gonna bring some dimension and make the dark blue pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna, I won't do the whole piece for you, but I am going to demonstrate a couple of areas here so you can see how I blend paint, and if you want to try it, you're more than welcome to at home. So a couple of things to get started. Just to tell you quickly, I prepped this piece the normal way I prep pieces, and then I laid down a lighter blue, kind of a grayish blue color. It's a custom color I had done with Designer New Paints, and then I layered on top of it Honor, which is a darker navy, a little bit of a coastal navy color, and I put 2 coats of that on, and I kind of did a random brush stroke so that I would have a little bit lighter and darker tones, so it's, again, got some dimension. And so I have my 2 paint colors. I have a squirt bottle, a fine mist squirt bottle. So you don't want the kind that like squirts like a gun, but you want a kind that mists, and just fill it with some water. I also have a little bit of tray of water as well. 2 brushes, a mixing container, and 2 mixing sticks. So what I'm gonna do, first I'm gonna sit on my butt because my knees hurt. Okay. So, okay. So, when you're gonna blend, you want to put a lighter color on the inside, and you're gonna blend that with the same dark color that's on the outside. To choose the color on the inside, you don't want to do something that's dramatically different, like white or really light gray. You want to take the original color and just lighten it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, now I just want to shake your can, and then, this is what the stir stick is for. With chalk or mineral paint, the stuff will sometimes settle on the bottom, so you want to make sure that you stir it, even if you shake it really well. You still want to stir it a little bit. Okay, and then you can set that aside. And with this paint, as always, a little goes a long way, so you don't have to use a whole lot, but I'm just going to pour a little bit of the darker paint in here. See, not that much. Not that much. And then I'm going to take some of the lighter paint, although I just forgot my thing to open my paint with. So I'm going to take the two blues that I used and mix them together, but I'm just going to add a dab of the lighter color. A little more than a dab, but not, I wouldn't do a 50-50, I mean a 1-to-1 proportion, unless you want to. I mean, there are no rules really, but I'm just going to, dab just a little bit, and then I'm gonna mix this up really well. Yeah. So for those of you who may not have been on my page today, I published a new blog post this morning at 9 a.m. It is on my Facebook page. It is also on my Pinterest board, and it is also on my website. And the title is How to Score at Garage Sales. 10 tips and tricks to get you the best deal. And I've been garage selling a long time, and so this was my contribution to you bargain hunters out there with just some things that I have found helps the process go really smooth when you're out garage sailing. So, if you want to read that, go for it. Head on over to whatever channel that you like. I hope it helps. So, okay, I think I'm still on. Am I still on? Can somebody tell me if I'm still on? Give me a thumbs up. Anything? My alarm went off, and then I knocked it down with my phone. Mandy, it says you're still on. Are you still there? Okay. It says I'm still live, but I hope so. Oh, okay, yay, thank you. So, because my memory is so bad that I forgot to turn my alarm off, the one that goes off, because my memory is bad. Should I had a V8. I take some meds at 7 o'clock every night, and if I didn't take them on, what? I'm live right now. Oh. Hi. Hi, Gabriel. I'm live, sorry. That was my personal banker from BECU. He also happens to be a friend, and he was passing on some information for me. So, okay, where was I? Oh, my memory. Anyway, okay, so I blended the paint, and it looks a little bit something like this, but I think I'm going to put this on and see how I want something lighter. I might lighten it up just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, what was I saying about garage sailing? Yes, oh, okay, that's where I left off. And yeah, my tips and tricks are on there. And then I found some really awesome things for making like coat racks and a nautical theme. Okay, so this is good. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my brushes and going to take this lighter color, and I'm just going to paint kind of the inside of the box. And you can just go really lightly. You don't want to go to all the edges. You just lightly, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want it to be perfect. You do want to get good coverage more towards the inside, but on the outside you can let your stroke be thinner and let it be kind of waspy. Okay. And Mandy, if you don't like this, I can always paint back over it. So hopefully you do, but if you don't, no worries at all. So it's gonna go like this. I got these great copper bins today to hold firewood, and they have been sitting out in the elements for only Lord knows how long, and they have got this amazing, that turquoise patina that you get. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Okay, so you see how I did that? I'm gonna just even it up a little bit up here. Okay, then I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm just gonna go back and forth like that in the middle. Okay. All right. Excuse me. I'm gonna move over and let that sit for just a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna do one of these places. Can you see? Okay. Yep. Okay. Let me do the center one here. What else did I get today? I also got I have a friend who owns Porter Lane Homes, and she does custom pillows. She has an Etsy store. If you're on, oh my gosh, if you guys love pillows and all kinds of really cool farmhouse kinds of things, write this down. It's Porter Lane Homes, and she's got a store on Etsy, and she does, she does screen printed pillows with all kinds of really neat designs. But once a year at the Mukilteo garage sale, of course, she has a scratch and dent or sale, and some things that may not have printed correctly or exactly perfect, and she sells everything really inexpensively. And so that was the first place I went this morning at 8:30 in the morning, because her stuff goes fast, and I don't want to say I cleaned her out, but I did make a good dent in her inventory, so that is exciting. So I'll show you some of those things later. Okay, so you can kind of tell this is getting a little bit dry. You don't want it to dry completely. You just want it to set up, because you still want to be able to blend it. So, okay. Now I'm going to take the navy again, and I'm going to take my other brush, and I'm going to dip it in and wipe it off. And you're just going to pull your stroke in from the outside in and pull the stroke and then pull it up. So I'm going to do it fast, but kind of like this. You can see like that. And you're going to want to just pull the paint in and kind of blend or pull the darker blue paint over where, so how am I saying that? You're going to want to pull the darker paint in over on top of the lighter paint, like that. And don't pull it hard all the way across, because you want it to kind of blend in with the paint in the middle. Do that across the top like this. See, pull. I had a little bit too much paint on there. You see how I kind of pull and then pull up? And you you get better at this technique with practice. Excuse me. So now I'm going to do this side. Now, with any paint color, it goes on a little bit different than it dries. So this may seem like 3 different colors of blue, but it's really not. I'm just going to pull it in, and it leaves this kind of nice feathered stroke to it. And then I'm going to do this across the bottom too, like this. Now, you don't want to just go left and right, you want to go up and down. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to pull it down like this. But I gotta, sometimes the bristles come out from this, so. See how I'm kind of pulling that down like that? And if it gets clumped in too much in one spot, just go back over it. You know, pull up on the sides a little bit, like that. Okay. Pull up. Now you can leave it like that, but I tend to like it to go all the way across a little bit. So I'm just going to be really, really light on my stroke, and you're going to kind of just gently, almost with a dry brush, just pull up, pull down. So it kind of looks a little bit like denim. Okay. Does that make sense? Let me see if I've got any questions. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Janet. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it a little bit on the top too. Okay. Janet is also doing a navy blue buffet. She's had some trouble with it though. Okay, so I'm just going to pull like that. Now if it gets a little bit dry, like this piece has a little bit, this is where this comes into play. You don't want to spray too much, but it just gives you a little bit more to work with. Okay, that made it beautiful. Okay. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Okay. So it gives it this beautiful, like, mixed. I'm going to bring my camera a little bit closer here so you can see a second, but it just blends the blues together in a beautiful way. Now, if you find that you want it to be a little darker, you can always add in more on the outside, which I may do. Okay. Although before I do that, I think that I might go back over here. Now, my brush just went up over the top here, and I got some of the lighter paint up here. No fear, I'm just going to go back over it later when it all dries with some of the, the darker navy again. So if you miss your lines, don't worry about it. That's what paint is good for, covering stuff up. And it's easily fixable. So I'm just going to see the water got in here a little bit. I'm just going to take my brush and just go over that a little bit so I don't get spots, and then I will fix that when I go back over with my navy again. Okay, so all right, okay, that's still tacky, good. All right, so I'm gonna go in here. Got some in the dark navy, dry brush, pull it in. This is a little bit drier than I like, so just gonna pull that in. Sorry, I'm not talking right now because I am concentrating. Okay, spread a little bit. So the more you do this, the better you'll get from a practice standpoint. And you'll find kind of your own rhythm and your own stroke and your own technique and how much you like to layer it and how much you don't. Okay. So okay. So I think that tomorrow I am not going to go garage sailing because I did a little bit of damage today to my bank account. I mean, all amazing deals, but I think that I think I found everything I needed to find, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's fix that. And when that dries, I'm gonna fix this edge just a little bit here. amazing things with it. Whoever would have known that painted furniture would have been all the rage. Okay. All right. So, let me look at this. So it might look like a hot mess right now, but okay. So what I think I'm going to blend this a little bit more so it's not so streaky. Okay. So the more I'm doing this right here in the middle, it's making the middle part a little bit lighter, which is what I like. So it kind of looks a little bit like a cloud in the middle. And then we shall see how this turns out when it's dry. Same with this. I'm just gonna blend that a little bit more. Okay. And if you really screw up, that's what the water here is for. You can always dip your paintbrush in the water and just pull it up. Okay. I think I may have... Well, I may have just botched that a little bit. Well, sorry, that was a mistake on my part. I put my brush back on here with it being a little too wet. So I will have to go back. Shoot. Dag nabbit. I was gonna, hold on, I gotta get a paper towel. All right, here we go. Pull up. I want to wait for that just to sit up for a second before I touch it again. So let's see if there are any. Would you say, hi, this gives it a rust? Would you say this gives it a rust? I'm not sure I understand your question, Mandy. Maybe you can retype it for me. Let's try this again. Okay. Sometimes you just have to keep light, right, Janet? Oh, goodness. Okay. We're back on track now. And then what I'm going to do when I'm done with this, I'm going to finish it in a dark wax, and that's going to give it like a black wax over navy is going to make it look dark navy on the edges, which is going to look wicked awesome. So that's still a little tacky, so I'm gonna, okay. This right here turned out awesome. So what I will do, I will take, once this dries, I will take a picture of the finished product so you can see what this looks like when it's dry. I'm being redundant today. Wow, it's been a long day. What I might do too, I might hop back on when it's dry and show you how I apply the wax. Then you can kind of see. But basically what I'm going to do, I left the corners of this piece, well, what I did first, I sanded it, and then I because the original color of this wood was kind of like a blonde-ish, darkish, medium oak color. It was not oak wood, but it wasn't a walnut stain. And so I sanded the corners and then stained it in walnut. And then I didn't paint over it because, and I could have painted over it and then distressed it, but Mandy wanted more of a little bit of a chunky look, so I left it. So I will go back over and sand this and blend this in with my sander, by hand probably. And then once it's blended nicely, I will take the dark wax and I will take my wax brush and I'll just go over the edges, kind of in a, like if you were to make a triangle in this section of the wood, kind of left to right and right to left, kind of go over like this in the corner. Again, kind of with that mentality of starting with a heavier pressure on your brush on the edge, and then kind of pulling it up and making it a lighter stroke, ending with a lighter stroke as you get to the middle. So it's so the middle kind of has a feathery feel too. So that will give some dimension in the corners. And then I'll take the black wax too with a smaller brush and go along the corners. Wherever there's a ridge that can pick up on the black wax, you want to do that. And then that's just more for looks. And then for actually covering it for protection, I'll go over it with a clear wax. And or I could technically do like a polyurethane, but I think because this is not going to get a lot of heavy use, wax is just fine. So, and what I'll do is give my client Mandy a little sample case of extra wax, or I live close enough, I can always come back and just touch it up over time if necessary, or show her how she can do that as well. So let me see here if this is becoming a little tackier. An occasional interesting streak in here gives it some character, which I think is cool. We all make mistakes, right? Thank God for grace. Okay. And I should mention that when you're doing these brush strokes, you want to start from the outside and carry your stroke all the way through. Don't just stick your paintbrush in the middle and then pull, because you'll get a weird blotchy mark on the inside. So, okay, that is going to look awesome when it is dry. And so is this. Okay. Oops. Oopsie daisy. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my camera and kind of give you a sneak preview. It's not going to look nearly as good as it will when it's dry, but it will at least give you an idea. So, okay, sorry, there's my hand. How do you like that? Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around. You like my shirt? God, Becky, look at that dresser. Okay, so here is the drawer. Here is the door. Again, the outside, like this portion right here, looks like it's a different color because it's dry and I beat up on it a little bit. So, but you can tell on the inside it's got a lighter tone on the inside, and then it's blended into a darker tone on the outside. So camera doesn't do it justice, but I hope my finished pictures will. So, okay, are there any, hold on. Are there any questions for anybody? Let's see, Janet says, I think that's what I'm gonna do, white, just go in the details. Yep, let's see. I need that shirt. I'll show you where to get it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right, okay. I think that's it. So if you think of any questions afterwards, especially Janet, if you decide to do this, let me know. All right, I'll show you pictures later. All right, have a great night, you guys. Bye.